And we're back. And
You
we're
had to
back.
take a phone call.
Had to take a phone call.
It's your
All right.
mom.
It was for my mom. My mom lives here, so I have a lady that comes and helps us for a few hours in the evening. So, okay. So we had a workshop in, Melanie was her name, Melanie Copeland, and her husband John had came here, and they, amongst a lot of other people that came for 18 months, we held that once a month. We'd have people come in. We've had from one home being built up to 5 at one time being built, all by the customers building their homes. Now, we had a supervisor at every single home, and a lot of times we ended up volunteering, or not volunteering, we paid for our guys to build their houses because they weren't going to get it finished. And that's the non-successful part of it, is that it probably cost me way more money than we made.
And what was good about John and Melanie is that they actually, the biggest thing was people bringing enough people to work.
Yeah.
We had a certain person, I'm not going to say lady or man or whoever it was, they brought themselves to build the house in 6 days.
A lot of people did that.
So we had to do it.
Yep. And Melanie brought, and you'll read her book. I don't want to, but she wrote a book of that experience.
Yes.
Not only the experience of building her house, but the experience of what it took to get into her house, the thinking of wanting a tiny home, how to go tiny, why go tiny, everything. And she wrote this book. I thought it was kind of cool. It's a
Trailblazing Tiny, a guide to breaking free, and it says Melanie Copeland.
And we'll find out where you can get a copy of this. It talks about her workshop experience in our old factory, but it talks about she had interviews with people that she got to meet here. And we know all of them too. Yeah, what was really cool is I was just skimming through it. I haven't had a chance to read it all, but her whole experience is around our company, and so it was cool. All the people that she mentioned are people that she found right from us, in our company. So we built a big, I don't know, probably a pretty good size amount of people in that got things done. And
I find it amazing that there's people none of us would have met had you not got all this going in the backyard at the house.
And that's something I never thought of that.
I mean, it's we wouldn't know you, they wouldn't know us. The people, the relationships that have blossomed, friendships, romantic relationships, all different kinds of business relationships, everything has stemmed from just something that we needed money. we needed something to pay the bills.
I never thought of that. Yeah.
And it was never thought out that far ever. So you don't know what is going to change other people's lives when you're doing something.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
You don't think of it like that.
Yeah, I never thought of the personal impact that it had on people's lives, let alone the financial impact on people's lives,
And 700 people, over 700, I would say now. One day we'll have an actual count, but over 700 and something people that are living in a tiny home or bought a tiny home and renting it out or whatever experience that they're having is through our company.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty good. So yeah, Melanie Copeland wrote a book called Trailblazing Tiny. So it's called Trailblazing Tiny, a guide to breaking free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will find out how you can get the book. I was going to call her tonight and tell her we were going to go.
It might be on Amazon. Check it out and see if it's on Amazon or something.
Yeah, I don't know where.
I know we have a couple of other ladies that are.
Isn't she on Facebook, Melanie Copeland?
Yes. Yeah.
Look on Facebook, Melanie Copeland, and I'm sure you'll find her on there. You can request a copy from her. And but she's done a lot more. It talks a lot more, not just about building. I was just reading the topics in here. She's got charts and things that you can use to write down notes, keep track of things you need to throw away, keep, what tools you're going to need, thoughts you're going to have, the outside storage and areas attached to separate, what choice, trash, wash clothes. I mean, she just went through everything. So. And then she got notes in the back. I mean, there's a lot going on in this book. So if you guys would like to, we thought we would give her a plug. for writing a book. There's a lot of work went into that.
And I remember me and Alyssa were talking about just the other day. I was going through some of my old clothes in my closet, and I have a long sleeve shirt from ITHU, and it was Incredible Tiny Homes University.
Oh, that's right.
Is what we called it at first. Randy was like, I want it to be like a university. So, because it was like a school to teach. We're talking 99% of the people that came and did the workshop. Number one, they saved a ton of money by coming and doing it. And the other thing is that they learned. Most people did not know how to build at all. Like zero. That was 99% of the people. So they got to learn a skill and build on it.
They didn't have to use saws or nothing. Even the concept of, think about this, the engineering of building a home that actually stays put. Not only just stays vertical, but then goes down the road 80 miles an hour, and they've lived in it for 4 years.
Right.
And that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
And just tell the reason really quick why we're not doing one now. I just really kind of overview.
Well, there's a couple reasons why we don't do it now. One, we don't have the space. Next, we don't have the time. I would like to try it again in a more organized manner. It was really probably the most reason we don't do it now is because the homeowners that came were never prepared enough for enough people.
Yes.
They didn't bring enough
that was
help.
The biggest
issue.
issue.
And I found that the ladies, it was all, almost every one of them were ladies.
Almost always.
And when they came, they were overwhelmed with physical pain come Wednesday, and she wrote about that in the book, And we warned them that, but you can't do that. But if you don't bring somebody to help you and lighten your load, then everybody, people's attitudes would tend to get a little sour.
Yeah.
And if they thought that it wasn't going to complete their home, then fear and anxiety and all these things come, and it was just a volatile, emotional situation.
And two, I want to mention that there was 5 guys. I'm not going to mention who.
Yeah.
But there was 5 guys that actually came. We're talking working guys. They're working daily guys, not carpenters, but they work at a job and stuff like that daily. And
like a physical job they had.
Physical job. They came and they were exhausted. They said, oh my God, muscles hurt that they never even knew they had. Because you're using different muscles that like when we've got a lot of people that would say, well, I built my deck, or I worked on my bathroom and stuff. I can build a house. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, these guys out here, I give major
kudos
to these guys. I told these girls a long time ago, I said, don't ever get on these guys for anything. They are in the heat. They are in the cold. They're in the elements, and our tails are sitting in here in the office. So it's like, it's a different kind of work.
Yeah.
Not that it's not work, it's a different kind of work. So physical work's a big deal.
Yeah, and it takes time, to come off of a secretarial job or a non-physical job and have the ambition to want to build your own home.
Yes.
You cannot get your body in shape in just a few days.
No.
So, and it ended up being very physical for people that caused them to really,
I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it.
So, but that was a big deal, So I was thinking, it's just too intense for people. We don't have the room. It was a financial struggle for us to keep it going because we had to add. We took our crew. I paid my men to build their house. Yeah. Most of them, I would say over half.
So tell what stage they got the house when they started.
Well, when we first started, they'd frame it from the trailer up, and then we learned that that's too hard. Yes. People can't do that. So then what we started doing is we started framing the houses in before they got here.
And then what that means is.
So we had the 2x4s up. We had the sheeting on. I don't think we had the windows in. I think we had the 2x4s up and the sheeting. And it was just sheeting all the way around it. So it was up and ready to go. So they were ready to put their metal on. They're ready to cut their windows out and put it together and start with siding. Yeah. Trim and siding. Yeah. So we took care of that for them. Yeah. That really knocked out about 3 days of work so we could condense it down into 6. Yeah. Now the first one we did had 5 people building 5 homes.
God, it was insane.
We had 50 people in there working. We built 5 homes at one time.
We were cooking. We had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We cooked it.
Yeah.
We had it catered 2 or 3 times, and then Linda Gale would clean up, Mary Ann started cooking, and we all would jump in and cook. So it was wild.
Yeah, it was. I remember the first one we did, we had a church group.
Oh.
They said they're going to come and help, and they brought 30 people from their church. One person worked and 29 ate.
Yes.
They ate all our food. Couldn't believe it. And then they left.
Well, we had to ask them to leave, remember?
They ate all the food. We didn't have no more food for the rest of the week. We had to go buy more food.
We had to go buy more food.
So, anyway, that was
But it was
crazy.
an experience.
Yeah, so, who does this kind of stuff? Who does a workshop? Nobody's ever done it in the United States. Nobody's ever tried to do it.
Yeah.
Nobody showed you my hair laying on the floor and a dog laying in here, and it's just who we are as people.
How it goes.
I'm going to give you a scenario tonight of a job. We built a house 4.5 years ago in Texas, right? And I got a call of 4.5 years ago, and this gentleman called and said his floor was warping inside. And I said, well, the only reason a floor will warp is because of water. Remember I was telling you guys about water? Well, this is hardwood floor. We used to put really Kentucky oak hardwood floor in all our homes. And I said, you got a water leak? And we were talking on the phone and asked him, he said, oh yeah, I see some dripping coming out. All right. So ended up finding a leak, dripping. He called the plumber. The plumber come out, had to tear the siding off the side of the house. He take it off one board at a time, tore it off. The OSB had been wet, and then he found the leak, and it was a pipe going through a 2x4, right? And what happened was that it was hot and cold, and it was on towards the interior, and somebody made a mistake and drove a 3-inch nail, a framing nail, for sheeting, and it just barely was, like if the pipe was here, it was best just like this, just up against it. And what happened, he thinks what happened was, 4.5 years. So it hasn't been leaking 4.5 years. So that pipe has shifted and rubbed against it and finally wore a hole in it, And he says, the one thing that I'm trying to say this right. Anyway, it was a $440 service call, and I'm going to pay for it, right? And I'm asking him what are we going to do about his flooring, what can he do about it? But it's 4.5 years ago. Now, are we in legally inbound for a warranty at 4.5 years ago? No. Was the nail through there, close to it? Yes, it was there, the whole thing. So I feel like I had to do it. But, if you look at 700 homes that we built, the likelihood of that happening is really, it's going to happen, right? You got a lot of guys doing stuff. I can't oversee every nail going in there. And we do have testing, but that house would have passed the test. It was over the course of time that caused that nail to go into that pipe, So everybody, I really want to describe to you and help you understand that when it comes down to building homes like we do and having a factory like we do and building a business like this, we're not going to be, there's too many liabilities, right? And at the cost of the homes that we sell. So I sell our homes for half of what everybody else in the country sells them for. And then I still pay for this guy's $440 bill. Now I got people that would never do that, would never call or doing that because they're so grateful that they had the house, they got it for half price. Or they know what happened, what it is, it's a mistake, it was done. And you got some people, I want it reimbursed and I want it now. And I'd say, you know what? The way I'm built, I'm terrible to be in business because I constantly feel the responsibility of everything and everybody. Everything. From people being, upset or people being happy and all that stuff. So it's just the way I am. So I'm terrible about being in business. If I was hardcore, I'd be a better businessman, I think. But you know what? You wouldn't be getting these videos like you are. You wouldn't be getting to see old Ace here and us cutting our hair in the floor. I'm just crazy. I'm just the way I am, and I can't say I'm sorry for it. I'm just glad we're paying the bills. I'm glad we're getting to build homes, and we got 120 homes to build. So, we build a nice house. I enjoy building. I still, like I said, that one boy, Barry's son, asked me, he said, so tell me why you're not burnt out. I said, I don't know. I think I'm just wired wrong, But I enjoy building, and I think it's listen to him. I think it's a privilege to be alive. There's a whole lot of reasons, in saying about live, I wanted to mention Joe, Amanda's dog, that passed away. You guys might have seen it on Facebook. And Joe came to time when I was, I know, you don't know Joe, come here. When I had just lost our resort, right? So I had a resort called Brothers Cove, don't bite me. And about a year after I lost it, I just had to get a dog. You know, I hadn't had a dog in a long time, went through a divorce and lost my dog in the divorce. And so I got one, and it was Joe. And Joe was a puppy. And I had him for about, 6-8 months. And then I got a job in Phoenix and had to leave. And left him with Amanda. Amanda did not ever, she's never had a dog. She didn't know how to take care of a dog. There was nothing. She said, what do I do with this dog? Well, I had to go, and she took care of him. And Joe was, and I could let Amanda talk to you about Joe, but she can't. She's going to break down right now. But he was a special dog. He never messed in the house. He never chewed up anything. He always listened to everything from a little pup. And he was easy to raise. She didn't have to fool with him. And him and her bonded like none other. I mean, he was her dog. He was everything. Wherever she was, he was. She has some woods, about 13 acres, and they hiked and walked. And he had a life of just the best life a dog could ever have. And he passed away 3 days ago. And he was doing good. He got a little sick. She took him to the vet. She constantly, loving on him. And he was the kind of dog, he could read your emotions. And I know everybody has a special place for their dogs. A lot of people do. And I understand some people, you think your dog's like another person and you become so fond of them. Well, what was the big deal about this particular dog is that our lives have changed so much during his lifespan, which was 11 years. So from being nothing, I had nothing, living in a camper after losing a resort, to completely, I traveled almost 5 years working from Phoenix to Hawaii to Bristol, Kingsport. I mean, I was everywhere trying to make a living, trying to make men's ends meet, and it was just hard, And then having him was such a cool thing because he was so sweet, and he was just there. You know how your dog is. But then so much happened in life. Then we started a tiny home company in Amanda's backyard, and he was around there. Hey, and the one thing about what happens in my life is that usually I told Amanda, I said, Amanda, knowing me, and she mentioned this other night, that living with me or experiencing is like living 5 years in one. So 1 year with me is like living 5 years. The things that we experience here, some people never experience in a lifetime. And we go through it in a rocket ship, man. It is endless, the kind of stuff that happens. So when he passed, all of that just came to me. It was like a big swoop of motion picture that came by. And I'm like, the history that's been gone past. And he experienced all that. And there's been a lot of emotional things that's been through our lives, Amanda and I, and our life together, and working and all this stuff. And so it was a big deal. And she walked in, and he had been passed on the floor, and it was just it's hard. And so when I talk about life, and I talk about it, really, it made me think about my own personal life and evaluate what I'm doing here, because I look back at so much that's happened in the last 11 years. Am I doing what I need to do? Am I making my mark? Am I doing what I want to do on this earth? And I'm not getting any younger, and we feel that the wrath of age that comes on us. It's just the way it is. So it made me really evaluate, and I am still today, and I will more the next few days. And I think it's a real unique time, because when do we ever take that time to really think about that? Is usually when someone of our loved ones die, and we think about, we wake up and say, hey, let's get out of this massive, fast-paced routine and figure out, whoa, stop. Are we really doing what matters? Are we being with the people that we need to be with? Are we doing things that we need to do and experience the life we want to experience, you know? And so I think that's a good reset time to, and take that experience and try to benefit on it, you know? And that's what I feel like I've been doing the last couple of days, is just thinking about all that. Because normally I'm so clouded, you know, with just trying to run a business. And I realized, I thought, you know, this whole business has been 100% of me. I mean, 100% of me I've poured into this. Like, not 99, 100, and it's been for years. And when I read Melanie's book and I was reading through it, and I remember the workshop and the struggle they've had and what they've done, and that was one house. And to think how many homes we built, hundreds and hundreds in communities, and what we've done, I'm like, holy smokes, man. The amount of energy that we've put into this place is just, it's beyond really thought of what happens here. And then, you know, I feel bad when I walk in. I feel bad for everybody. For this gentleman that had a nail protruding through there and wanted to be reimbursed. I reimbursed you. I feel bad. I did it. I feel bad that Amanda has to work such long hours, and that, you know, she's, you know, not taking care of her own house. I go over there and her gutters need to be cleaned, her grass need to be mowed, her trees need to be trimmed, trash need to be taken, and it's all piling up because he's always here. I feel sad about Tom. Tom works here constantly, you know, helping us map, and he's stressed. I can see the, you know, running everywhere, doing everything. I'm like, man, I created a monster, you know. I created something that's just crazy. We're even having meetings over this weekend to try to take these thoughts that I have, and let's get it down. And we're going to get it down, and we're trying to perfect it more and more all the time. I know I'm rattling. I don't know if Amanda will even post this video, but I just wanted to explain to you, you know, kind of who we are as people. And I know it's a Friday, and we're going to show you some tiny homes here. But the book, Joe passing, us acting like we do and showing you everything, it's just who we are. It's 100%. You know,
haircut.
my haircut,
Which
and
looks really good.
Does it really?
Yeah, I think it does.
I always think it'll grow back, you know, if it doesn't look that great.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many thoughts going through my head, and it's, you know, when you don't have an agenda or something that you really want to speak on, you know, there's so many other things you could trail off and get onto. But I guess I just want to, I look at all this, and I'm just so grateful. And seriously, that's just the way I'm wired, man. I'm grateful to just be breathing and be alive. You know, there was somebody talked about pain and discomfort and stuff in their life, and Amanda said I was just wired this way. Well, I remember as a small boy wondering that I used to, if I got hurt, bee sting or cut, or I got really cold or something like that, I was like, I don't want to complain about it. I don't want to complain about it. I just don't want to be negative. I was a little guy. I just didn't want to be. I was like, every time I heard somebody complain about something, it made me feel, I don't know, weird in my stomach, even as a little boy. And so I learned to say, hey, how can I not feel, not how can I not feel pain, but how could I program my mind so I don't complain, right? So I thought, well, I got to get used to being uncomfortable. Not for with everything, but some of it. So I would do everything I could to not be comfortable. So when I don't take my boots off till I go to bed. I just don't do it. I don't want to be comfortable before I go to bed. And then I'll, you know, take cold showers just to be uncomfortable, to keep that edge on. And when I was a boy growing up, if the gas pumps were super cold, I'd grab it with my hand and I'd just do it as long as I could, because I'm like, I can just think this through, you know. If there was a rock in my shoe, I'd try to, how can I get through? How can I walk without taking that rock out? What if I couldn't do it? What if I couldn't get there? You know, all these things, and it's just trying to program my mind to endure. Most of it was through sports and work. So through sports, there's a lot of physical pain of running, and your muscles, and you're sore, and you just push, and you push through that threshold. So I learned that in sports, and then I also learned it in physical work of carpentry and building and everything, like building this big building out here. Yeah, my shoulders hurt, and I probably threw one of my shoulders out and grabbing and everything up, but next day did it, and you just push through it. And I think when you learn to push through it, you take on things that you normally wouldn't take on, and you become successful. You know, it's like you guys are owning your own homes now. Why not learn how to work on them? Don't just call a plumber. Don't call an electrician. Don't call. Just do it. You can say, I don't know how to do it. What's it going to hurt? You got a tiny home. It's time to learn how to work on your house. You got a leaky faucet? Work on it. Just tear it apart. You can go to Lowe's. They'll show you how to put it together, or your local hardware, Ace Hardware. They'd love to show you.
Google has everything.
And Google and YouTube, you know? So fix it. And I think my niche in these tiny homes is not to build one that looks like the Taj Mahal, that looks like it's just absolutely immaculate to the nines, you know? Our forte is to build a house that you enhance after you get it. And that's just what I want to do. That's how I want to do it. And that's it, you know? And we found our niche. And it's taken some years to do that. So, all right. Hey,
You want to go look at a house?
yeah, you want to look at one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's go.
We'll do the transition thing. Ready?
Go. Who's that, your brother? Yeah, maybe. We're good. All right. We are on a Friday. We started, if you go back 5 days, we had a video on Monday, and I thought, hey, follow this week, the progression of the homes that we have on the floor this week. So I thought it was pretty cool. I need to go back and look at what we showed Monday. This home, of course, Brett, I think, was only here maybe 2-3 days, I think. Yeah, he coming in Wednesday, Thursday, and then today. So not too much done on this one. Got some metal roof going. Did he just go outside?
He just pushed that door. He went outside.
Ace. Hey, Ace, come here. You dirty dog. Come here, buddy. He's gone, man. Come on. I mean, flew the coop. Oh, there you are. Good boy. I mean, he opened that door and took off.
I mean, he pushed it. But did he go outside, or what did he
Yeah, he hit the road. All right. So real quick, I want to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 homes. These are a little bit bigger. We couldn't get 5 on this side. And out there, we'll do it really quick, just so we can keep you guys pumping, keep your interest in what's going on. I'll explain a lot of things. You know how my brain goes. I can't get it all out at once. My words mingle together, and I say 4 words at one time. And so bear with me. Enjoy this little video of what we're doing and who we are and what's going on, and then see if you can figure us out at the end. All right, let's go. Point, roll. Here we go. All right, this is an ESP panel home. This right here is what I mean. So that one's stucco, this one's not. So I want to switch back and forth. I just want to show them what this is. So underneath that stucco, it looked like this before we did that. All right. So this is a first coat. We need another coat of stucco on it. So before, we've got some homes that we just stuccoed everything. We didn't put any wood on it. So this one's got wood trim, wood soffit and fascia up through here. Hey, Joe, you just getting in, buddy?
Joe!
How'd it go?
Like an ace.
Awesome. Did you get some barn wood?
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with it. We ain't got nails in it. We got to clean
That's
it.
okay.
Okay.
I like nails in it.
Well, he just had a small stack. I said, no charge right now.
Don't charge me.
And brought one of these back.
Okay, that's the one you didn't charge.
Right,
Can you
that's
tell
correct.
who this is? This is like, I'm his sugar mama.
Yes, hello you.
Hello, you.
I tried to get in touch with you earlier about spending money.
Just do it.
I got you. All went great. Loaded all, unloaded them, fixed them up. A little complaint about a window. I broke one.
Okay,
All right.
that's all right.
But other than that, everything else went pretty good. We got to send them a picture window.
Yep, 4x4, we got that, yep.
3 houses sitting on the sideline, went to get them home, or where's their destination? They're about ready.
Good. Yeah, he said he thought he had a couple, 3.
He'll be coming home.
He'd been sick, man, for about
That's
a week.
well, and now you got to load up with me.
Ugh.
Luckily, I've had my shots.
Yeah.
I'm vaccinated. So
there you go.
other than that, take no chances, but got that deal done.
Good. All right, thank
All
you.
right. Monday morning, I don't know, North Carolina, is it ready or
Yep,
Tuesday?
it's ready. We got it piled up out there. Yep.
Great. You need them pictures now of the.
You can send them to my phone.
Okay, I'll
you
do
want
that.
to.
I've took quite a bit of them, 2 of each.
Okay.
Make sure we got them.
Good.
All righty, buddy. I'm out of here.
Joe
Thank you, man.
is always on the go.
And get her done.
Yeah.
There's no there. And when I like about Joe is he doesn't say no to nothing.
No.
He said, "All right, let's do it. How can we get it done?" And then if something happens during the process, he makes it complete.
Figures it out.
He went to California. He took a box truck, went to
Oregon.
Kentucky, picked up cabinets, sofa, bed, and all that stuff. Then went plumb to California.
Jenny.
Jenner,
Yeah.
California, north of San Francisco. Went out there, got there, trying to save money all the way, sleeping in the trucks, he's just trying, he does every best not to spend our money. And then he gets out there, worked it, got done, took off, went to Oregon, picked up a house. Him and Kevin went and helped him do some carpentry. Then picked up a house, and that house brought it all the way back here, had a flat tire on that thing.
Yeah, like I wrote it in, but 52 miles, 3-legged horse, and the prairie. I call it the prairie. I like.
That was in Wyoming, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. You said that tire took off just past you, didn't it?
And done a U-turn, come back around and laid off in the ditch, waiting on me. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Other than that, pick it up, get it fixed for the next day, and I'll be running again. I got 500 miles of
You didn't flinch.
No. 10 hours, 500 miles. What was 2,700 miles?
That was awesome.
So,
Yep. You
brought
sure
it
did.
in.
He come in here, man, was it you
Went
got?
through a hailstorm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like to beat the windows out of the truck, and that scared me. Then it got so dark I couldn't see, so closed my eyes the last bridge I went across. And like, help me. Made it to the exit, called it night in a motel with no power.
Oh gosh.
Because of the hailstorm, then it come back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you again. All right, now let's take it on to the house.
No, one thing he's not telling you, the house was 9 foot wide on the bottom. It probably was protruding out to close to almost 10.
They should have had white placard on it. Didn't tell me that. All right, but hey, stay out of my lane and I'll get out of yours.
He brought that thing all the way
Sure
back
did.
2,700 miles, buddy.
Yeah, not a
State troopers looking at you?
no.
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 I'm gonna call it 2 scale houses. As I went by them, they did kind of flinch at me, and my co-pilot over here, he wasn't too imperiled. So I thought he'd be the only static we get. But let's ride on down the road and just watch for the blues.
Watch for the blues.
And never did see it coming. So that 2,700 miles, got lucky again. You know, I just done this in January.
Yeah.
You let me fight the snow,
Yep.
the blizzards, and then the sunshine.
You went to Oregon then, didn't you?
Went to Oregon to the snow and got out of there and went to California.
Yeah.
The opposite.
You got
Yeah.
tight on that trip, didn't you?
Yeah.
Getting that snow up in the mountains.
And a 2-wheel drive truck. All right, so I had to go remake it in the summertime. Now,
Yeah.
there's a different climate. It's hot.
Yeah. Right.
Redwood
But there was
Forest.
hail.
Yeah, I went through hell on that trip. Figure of speech.
Yeah.
Just left Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's barely little.
Oh,
again.
really?
So,
Of hail?
yeah, I run through another storm. I'm like,
Well,
hey,
I'll be.
like the mailman, I got to do my job.
I woke up 5:30 this morning, hear Joe out there rambling, scrimping through the
Oh,
truck,
yeah.
starting it up, getting it going. I went out there and he come in, and that's when we got all the checks and the paperwork and everything. And
Mr. Guardman out here, I couldn't get through the
Guardman.
gate.
Mr. Guardman.
I need a key
Mark.
to the office. I want a key to the gates.
Yes.
All right, but all said,
Joe needs it.
I had to disturb him, and it disturbed you.
oh, I didn't care. Yeah, I was up,
I
ready.
was like, okay, I'm not the prowler. I'm just trying to get a job done. The midnight man out here in the dark, I can't
Midnight
see.
madness.
So,
Yeah.
but loaded up, we got it going on. Only fault I had out of these mileages again, I broke a glass.
Yeah. Things
I'm
happen,
not
man.
perfect though.
Things happen.
It's
It's all
I
right.
didn't lose a tire.
That's
There you
good.
go.
You're good.
So I didn't have a flat.
Yeah.
All good. I'm gonna go eat some supper. I'll be back Monday
Thank you,
morning.
buddy.
I'm
Hey,
here
we'll meet
again.
up next week
Yep.
for them vehicles.
Yeah.
We'll meet
okay.
up next week.
Great.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
man.
yous again.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
Joe.
Bye, buddy.
That's funny. Joe's a mess.
He's a team player, man.
Oh my God, 100%.
Huh.
Joe's the best.
I don't think anybody out here in the city or town likes him
Yeah.
when it comes to us.
Yeah.
Whatever I purchase, whatever we get worked on, everything, he gets mad at him.
Yes.
He said, "You charge too much."
Yeah, he'll just tell them.
Yeah, he tells him I'm taking it back. And whatever it is, he God, he just gets all over him all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
He says, you spend too much money, I'm going to keep you from spending
Exactly.
it, you know.
He said, I'm
So,
saving the company money.
Yeah.
He's always doing it. It's so funny. He calls me his sugar mama because he takes my credit card everywhere. So I don't even ask for it back. I'm like,
Yeah.
just keep it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we run a really tight ship here. Yeah. All right. So this is a ESP home with the stucco, the soffit, the fascia, and you can see this is what we're adding now. This is a standard build for our ESP panel homes. Wood around the windows, the corners, the soffit, the fascia, and in the interior we do the same thing. We're starting to add V-groove to the ceilings on these ESP panel homes. So every ESP panel home from now on, we're going to throw wood on the ceiling, unless you want stucco.
Well, now this, and I noticed, has LP siding on the as the trim. Right?
Well, and then Mila, who owns this house, said, hey, instead of wood, can you put LP corners and trim? So what we did is we took that trim, which is actually siding that we used as trim, and I thought, what a great idea. Now it has to be painted, but what a great idea to use maintenance-free or, this type of material that doesn't rot.
Okay.
It's got a 50-year warranty on it. So that was kind of cool to have that in regular wood.
Okay.
All right, this one over here has it took all week to put those cedar shakes up. Now, not just in that one spot, but as you can see, focus in on that, man. And now Bart did this. Bart's a great craftsman. You can see all these guys are. I can focus in on their work too. But cedar shakes, it's real busy. It's a beautiful home. So we have 2 dormers, 2 gables with cedar shakes. Now these are kind of architectural cedar shakes. They're real straight and square, and they're not gnarly and they come real rough or anything. These come pretty clean. And what's really, really nice is when you do a corner like that. So instead of trimming out a corner with a 1x, you trim out the corner in the cedar shakes. And I think just that little detail, you don't realize it, but it throws that dormer into a real pretty part of the house,
Well, and it looked architecturally pleasing to the eye.
To the eye. And sometimes you'll look at it and you can't figure out why that house feels good when you look at it.
Right.
And those are the details that makes that.
Right.
Now, we used to do that in the workshop too, Amanda. Teach people how to do that.
Right.
Now, to do that, you would think, is every single one of those cedar shakes a piece of wood? Yes, they are. Would you go up on a ladder, cut it, nail it, come back down, cut it, and have your workstation here? No. So what we do is we have a big scaffold, and we put everything up there. The cedar shakes, the nails, the air hoses, the glue, the staples, everything's up there. The saws, the table saw, chop saw, everything.
Going back and forth, it's too much.
He doesn't have to come down until he's done. All right, here's another ESP. As you can see, it's the same structure. It's a dormer on this side, gable dormer on the other side. We got the soffit is wood, the fascia is wood, metal roof. We do the stucco on the outside now. And what's really nice about the stucco is that, see this nail flange here? We don't have to worry about covering that now because we're going to cover it in wood.
Right.
So when the guy's stucco, just stucco to here and go.
And move on.
Yeah. If you got the right scaffolding and you can get to your job, this right here shouldn't take more than an hour to do.
Well, and 2, you're starting to do things like that because it's hard to stucco there.
It
so
is.
You're putting trim.
It's hard to stucco over your head, of course, on the ceiling and that. Most stucco goes on the walls anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
and I know everybody's probably noticing too, it's a little bit shaded in here. Tell why.
all right, so we have skylights along the whole length of this side and that side. So it was so hot in here.
So hot.
So that faces directly west and that faces directly east. So I covered it up with a tarp the other night
to save,
and cooled off the whole place. Now, as soon as the temperature goes down, I'll take that off because then we'll need the sun to
warmth.
heat it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me show this side right here.
Yeah. Now, these colors are from Sherwin-Williams. So you can pick out almost any color you want in the stucco. Just go to a Sherwin-Williams swatch. That's why I love this. Now, some people say, well, I don't like stucco. And I understand this. Stucco's not for everybody. You look at this and you've got all this wood, right? But what I like is to mix it with the wood.
Right.
It's a somewhat of an inexpensive way to add a different texture to the house,
Yep.
right? Like if you would have taken this, Amanda, right here, you could have had board and batten right here. you could have put stucco right where this horizontal wood is, and then cedar shakes.
Right.
And you could put it right over top of the wood. And what I like about it is, like, we did a Freedom, the Highland home, and I would put the white stucco or a beige stucco, and we took hay and straw and cut it with scissors and mashed it inside the stucco, and it made it look like old world, different.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was mudded and all that stuff.
You wouldn't see it on a regular home in a subdivision, but that's why I love about tiny homes. This is what they're supposed to be, fun.
Okay.
You know? All right, so we got this one. Let's show the inside of this one. Dave is building this.
Now it's actually about to be pulled out.
Maybe because the reason has a 9-foot sliding glass door, and it's probably going to be
And it's on order.
maybe even 2 months before we get
Yeah,
it. I
it's
don't
on
know.
order.
So inside, Dave has got all the windows trimmed out. He's got the V-groove all done. The homeowner's going to decide if he wants all barnwood on the ceiling or not. If he wants it on the ceiling, that was an added cost.
Yeah.
So either when he makes up his mind, we'll do that. We can do the drop-down kitchen ceiling cabinets, Amanda. We can build a jacuzzi tub platform. We can put maybe put the flooring in and everything. Once that's all done, we're waiting on doors. We'll take it outside so Dave can start another house.
Because it's ready to be rained on and stuff. I mean, it's
Yes,
fine.
it's got the metal roof on it. Here's another one. This is a 10 by 36, and we're wiring and plumbing them. So this will get done. We've got about 6 of these homes that are wired, plumbed, and ready for spray foam. Now, we don't spray foam them until we can put the walls on and get them in the dry.
Okay.
As you can see, we don't have enough building. I need another 200 feet. I need
every bit of it.
another building, if not more than just this 200 feet that we have existing.
100%. Yeah.
Now, this is a hybrid.
Let me show the back
Yeah,
of
yeah.
this one real quick.
Now that's that
Shoshiban.
Shoshiban. I'm terrible about words, but the
And that's
Shoshiban.
an extra cost, too.
Yeah, that was, yep. But I like the look of it. The garage door and the sliding glass door will be a black metal
Okay.
that I think will really set this off, you know?
And this is going to be a rental.
Yes. Yeah, he's got, this I guess is a big view on this side. So you got a jacuzzi with a big picture window.
Yeah.
You got a glass garage door. And then you got a kitchen window here that's going to kick out. Now this is going to be a custom window right here. So this is a 3x5 window.
3x5.
And it's wanting to be an awning window, right? Well, the owner said he looked everywhere to get a 3x5 awning window. He thought he found one in California for like $700-800. I said, if you have, just order me 100 of them, right? Because they're awesome. I love an awning window that large. Couldn't get one. He said the real price was $4,500 for one window.
Come on.
I said, you know what? I've always been wanting to make one. We're going to build one. And that's what Rob's going to do in the shop. We're going to get them jacks, some hydraulic jacks. And we're going to see if we can't make a window that will operate like that.
Okay.
If we can, that might be something that's really good for us.
Right.
And that might
With
be a
this
new thing.
shortage.
Now, years ago when I was used to use salvage lumber to build everything,
Yes.
I would use salvage windows. And I have found some wall doors. Okay, so they had a window that was vertical, 72 inches and
Yeah.
3 foot wide. They were made to go vertical. Just like you see me cut my hair and you see me live the way we do and go for it, I'm a guy that just loves to just think outside the box, and I'll take a chance. We turned them horizontal instead of vertical, and people loved them. They were a beautiful, so you crank them and it was an awning window, but it was made to go vertical. I
Yeah.
went horizontal. It worked great.
I got to make a joke really quick about Dave Clark. I really like Dave Clark. He's a hoot. He's just got a dry sense of humor, and he's just a funny guy. And Seth was wanting to leave early. He was kind of joking around. It was 3 o'clock. He always comes in there almost every day. That's my son. And he comes in and says, "Hey, I'm going to cut out early." And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, get back in there and get back to work. And Dave come to the window, and I said, "Hey," I said, "Dave," I said, "Seth's said he ain't got nothing to do. It's 3 o'clock. I said, you can keep him busy, can't you?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "I worked about 8:30 at night and just come on." Well, when Dave left, I said, "Seth, it'd be easy to work with Dave. All you have to do is take spray paint and put his initials on everything. That's all you got to do."
That's right.
He has his initials
Everywhere.
everywhere. Like, look,
Stay away.
I have to tease him. They're on everything. So I told Seth, I said, it wouldn't be a hard job at all.
That's
But I
true.
really like Dave. He's a hoot.
Now think about it, Dave, and we bragged on him. I brag on him
He's clean.
all the time.
Yeah.
Dave's older than I am.
Yeah.
And I don't like, he's in great shape. He's 60, I think he said 67.
Is he? Okay.
And he's building these houses by himself.
He is.
And my hat's off to him, man.
Absolutely.
The thing is, and I like it because it's one board at a time. And it's not super heavy. Now, he has to crawl up and down a ladder and scaffolding and stuff, but he's meticulous.
And he's consistent.
And he's consistent more than anybody in here.
Yes, exactly.
So he builds homes for us. And I would, if I had 30 of him, I would not have any headaches anymore.
Yeah, look, I want you to see how clean that Dave keeps everything. He keeps everything just nice, neat, and clean.
Yep.
Look, look at the dustpan. Dave Clark.
DEC, DEC, DEC.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
And inside, he's got a bench. He always puts a bench, put his drawings.
Yeah.
His
Very
seat.
neat,
He's got his
orderly.
vacuum. He's got his fan
Got his
pointing
fan.
pointing at his chair.
I love that.
Yep.
That's funny. Okay. Now
And you know what? This is a big thing. He's making good money.
he is, right.
Making doggone good money.
That's right.
And
And he's inside.
he's got a paper towel holder. You see that?
Look. Look at this. I love it. That's awesome.
Yep.
I love it.
I actually envy Dave and the guys that get to do this work
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, you feel so accomplished.
You do.
At the end of my day, I never feel accomplished. I always feel like I didn't do enough, nothing got done, and I'm 2 steps behind.
You know.
And I hate it because I love building. I love physically building something. I'm actually have to get back into it because I just don't feel fulfilled because I don't accomplish anything,
You know what I think we are to do? I think that you are to have your own spot. You get one of the spots.
Yeah.
And you get to build half of the day or at least 2 hours a day or something. So you come in, it's the time. Nobody talks to you. You don't take any calls. Everything's over with. And you
I
come
would
in and
like
work
that.
2 to 4 hours every day and you build a house.
That'd be great.
That'd be fun. And the guys, you get to be out here working with the guys
Yep.
and get to see, what all is going on and everything and just kind of be in the group.
I think I'd like that.
I think you ought to let's do that. Let's start it Monday. Pull
Yeah.
you a house in. Pull
'Cause-
you a trailer in.
Man, the homes that I first built, I enjoyed dreaming up the floor plans, the look and design and building them and physically getting it all done. And
Yeah.
I just liked it better, All right, we got another one here. This is 10 by 36 with a 10-foot porch on the back I like here. Now, what I like about it is this is a hybrid. We went from stick frame, which we call 2x4 stick framing inside, and then we put the ESP panel roof on top of it, so it's a hybrid.
Okay.
So there's no rafters, there's no wood in the roof system, right? Now they did the dormers out of wood, which I don't know why, but they did, and but the main part of the house is our ESP panels.
ESP.
Yep. And Joseph's the builder here. Now Joseph
Yeah.
to me is another meticulous builder, like David.
Yeah.
Yep. I think Vince is a lot like that. Back
Yeah.
home, Vince is a particular builder, and they all 3 of those work by themselves.
They work by themselves.
Yep. Mike and Chuck are pretty meticulous.
And Mike and Chuck are consistent. They're here Monday
Yep.
through Friday. They're consistent.
Yeah, they are. And so we got some really good builders.
I mean, Joseph's got his plates, got his stuff, got his got all his stuff on a big table, got
Yep.
everything all organized under there, got his station clean.
And we kind of cobbled him up. So, these
I
aren't
know.
his. That
he
go-
has to contend with stuff. It looks better when it used to.
Yeah.
There's another ESP.
Another ESP that's been dried in, and what we're doing is we're putting the roofs on them, not the metal roof, but getting it all ready with all the panels, and we give it to a one guy, and we're hopefully trying to get it down to where he finishes it in 2 weeks. So Jeff's doing one, Dennis is doing one. We're training Brian, who's here. He works part-time. Hopefully we get him to go full-time, and then we've got Joshua, who's here. He's working full-time for us now. So that's 4 of us. And we're thinking about, then we got a couple guys like Mike and Brett are doing our ESP. So we're training everybody to know how to do all these,
There's a rainbow, Randy. Look. I just caught it.
I'll be.
There's a rainbow. Oh, nice. Oh, look how pretty it looks.
Wow,
Look at the
that's
sky.
gorgeous.
Wow. That is
Man.
so cool. You want to mention probably real quick, you got guys coming at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes?
If you want to mention that. Oh, there it is. There's the rainbow.
Yeah, so I'm holding a little bit. There's been a lot of guys apply for jobs on Indeed, and they really don't know that they're applying for us because that's just you put your application up there and it just kind of goes everywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm holding a meeting at tomorrow at 10 a.m. Anybody who's a carpenter or a craftsman that wants to learn how to build these or be a part of what we're doing. So I'm having a small meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. interviewing these guys to see if we can build our team. We have got a lot of homes to build, and I'm hoping that anybody that we hire will eventually be a partnership because we really don't want employees. You know, I'd like to build everybody into like a Dave and a Joseph and a Mike and a Brett and those guys, you know. So it's a really, I think, a great opportunity, but it's not for everybody. It is for carpenters. It is for people, men, women, whoever's got the ability to build these physically, to build these, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
God, it's beautiful. The sky is just stunning.
It's amazing.
It's like there's about to be a storm or it's trying to storm.
Yeah, look at that.
Pretty.
So, before I say goodbye and have a great weekend, remember Melanie Copeland's new book. Talks about tiny homes, talks about our company and all the people she met through our company, and many more people and ideas. And I think you guys would really enjoy, if you're thinking about going tiny, building tiny, it's a how to do, what to think about book. So, and it's really in depth too. So, her name's Melanie Copeland. You could probably get her on Facebook. I'm sorry, I'll get more of a detailed, maybe a mailing or information that you could get the book from.
I'm sure it's on Amazon or something.
I don't know.
I mean, we've got 2 other authors here, and they have their books on Amazon.
Yeah,
so
so
it may
we'll
be.
find out if it's on there or not.
Yeah,
But look
check
on
it out.
Amazon. But what's it called again? I had the book. What's on the
It's
video
on the other video.
or at the beginning of this one? I love the pre-recording. Trailblazing.
Trailblazing with your tiny or something like that.
Yeah. So.
But we'll do that. You'll see it at the first of the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would love this pre-recording.
I know. Exactly.
So this is Friday night. We're in East Tennessee. Thanks for following us, watching our videos, helping us out. Subscribe to our channel. Give her your thumbs up. All the stuff that we need to progress and be a better. Keep going. Keep being. Yep. So been a long week. We're going to keep going right on through the weekend, and we'll be back here Monday. We may film a little bit over the weekend, so stay tuned. Maybe we'll throw you a quick little what's going on over here during the weekend, you know.
That sounds good.
So hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Randy Jones with Incredible Tiny Homes. Bye.
Now to find Ace.
Gone again.
He's gone again.
He's somewhere in these 34 acres. I can guarantee that.